Welcome to another video, and in today's video we have our Wrestle Kingdom 20 results and review for you guys, aka this show being the last match of Hiroshi Tanahashi's career, a legendary wrestler who goes down in history with one of the best retirement matches we've pretty much ever seen. And yeah, overall pretty good night from New Japan.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed the night as a whole, getting introduced to some new people. Our knowledge of New Japan is pretty brief, so getting to learn more about new people, let's get into it.
Yeah, and now into the new year, we're going to bring you guys a new ranking system for our matches to give a better way to kind of review the matches. But the new categories, we'll be ranking them through 10 to get a total score, and then we'll kind of explain that later. But the categories will be rewatchability, in-ring, storytelling, crowd reaction, and enjoyment. Obviously, these are things that might be hard to tell in the moment, but it's something that I think you can kind of go back and re-rank it, so we'll kind of see how it plays out through the whole year. But yeah, let's get into the match with the first match being the 6-man never open weight title match. We've seen TMDK with the team of Zack Sabre Jr., Roy Owa, and Hartley Jackson. Sorry if I pronounced any names wrong throughout the video, but yeah, this is a pretty okay match. Weird to see Zack Sabre Jr. back in the kind of different division from the IWGP World Heavyweight scene, but we are here now. And yeah, for this one, I give it a rewatchability of 4, a 4 in the in-ring and a 4 in storytelling, but then I gave it a 3 in crowd reaction and a 4 in enjoyment. This brings it to a total of 19, which would give it a D ranking for me. But yeah, this match kind of was a bit all over the place. Obviously a Rambo match, so it's kind of that type of style, like similar to a Royal Rumble, I guess, for new watchers. But yeah, this match was a little interesting. They had a few cool moments, but overall, kind of just a whatever, a lot of ways to get a lot of guys on the card.
Go with a 2 rewatchability, 4 in-ring, a 2 storytelling, just because, you know, I don't really know what's going on throughout this entire thing, to be honest. There's a lot of stuff going on. 4 crowd reaction, and then a 3 enjoyment. I feel like the main problem with this match is kind of, as we mentioned, there was just a whole lot of stuff going on. It was my first Rambo match that I've watched, so at least for me, it was kind of like, all right, I'm learning new things. You can get pinned, you can get submitted, you get thrown over the top, and then with the whole kind of distraction thing where House of Torture got involved, and there was a lot of people just running in and out of the ring. It was very confusing, especially getting introduced to the amount of members that House of Torture has. But yeah, definitely not a great match, not a great stipulation, and I do agree with you as well about Zack Sabre Jr. from winning the G1 climax to now being the opening match of Wrestle Kingdom is a bit odd.
Yeah, but the next match did kind of change that pace up. We're seeing Suri versus Saya Kamatani. I know you've been somebody who's been very high on Saya over the past few months, really. But yeah, this match, another very good one. We've seen Saya finally lose her belt, and we see Suri kind of regain the IWGP and be in the top of the IWGP women's scene. But yeah, for this one, I gave it a 6 in rewatchability, a 7 in ring, a 6 in the storytelling, a 6 for the crowd reaction, and then a 7 in enjoyment. Saya is somebody who I do see clips, and you've kind of mentioned and shown me clips, but yeah, she's somebody who's really impressive. I like pretty much every match I have seen from her over the past few months, and yeah, overall a good match. And yeah, I'm glad to see Suri kind of go back on top and kind of reclaim all the gold, and yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, I got introduced to to Saya Kamatani about 2 or 3 months ago, and yeah, I've been very impressed with all of her work. I've been keeping up with all of her matches ever since then. It was basically a picture on Twitter. I was like, she looks badass. I kind of fuck with that. She just looks like she'll like smack the shit out of someone. And sure enough, she's one of the better wrestlers, and I've been able to follow the career of hers. But unfortunately, she did lose on the night, losing the IWGP champion, of course. But I did give it a 7 rewatchability, 7 in-ring, 8 storytelling, 8 crowd reaction, and a 7 enjoyment. I do feel like out of the few matches I have seen out of Saya from the last few months, this is probably one of the ones that I didn't really connect with, unfortunately. I was very hyped for the match because I'm familiar with Suri, I'm familiar with Saya, so it was a match that I was probably the most hyped for. But the one thing I will say is Suri actually winning the match and having that big celebration, the emotion that she showed, and the crowd reaction that was behind her, that was a huge moment. I did really enjoy that part, probably more than the match itself. Just seeing her like reaction to everything, it was amazing.
Yeah, so that gives us a total grade for this match being a 69B. So we'll kind of show you guys later what that falls in the ranking system with all the other matches. But in the next match, we've seen a 10-man tag between the United Empire with new members of Andrade. We also seen the return of Jake Lee, who was the former member of the Bullet Club War Dogs, they would go up against with also Shingo Takagi and Hiromu Takahashi. So yeah, pretty fun match. This one, obviously, it's a little bit over the place. Obviously, I'm not too familiar with Jake Lee. So when I seen him come out, I was a little bit confused at first, but knowing the history that him being in War Dogs, now switching sides, joining the United Empire was a little cool. But for this one, I give it a 4 in rewatchability, a 5 in ring, 5 in storytelling, 4 in crowd reaction, and a 5 in enjoyment, which gave it a 23C for my grade. But yeah, overall, pretty solid match. The Jake Lee kind of stuff was cool to see, but I think for me, seeing Andrade back in ring is really cool. Hopefully, he finds a home somewhere soon. He's somebody who I think as one of the best kind of pure talents we have in wrestling right now. So hopefully, we see him find a home, whether it is New Japan or eventually AEW. Who knows? But yeah, pretty fun match overall.
Yeah, I definitely did enjoy this match as well. I did rank it a little bit higher than you. I went with a 5 rewatchability, a 7 in ring, a 7 storytelling, a 6 crowd reaction, and a 6 enjoyment. It was a pretty good match. I was excited to see Hiromu Takahashi. He was someone who I once again is familiar with, so I was looking forward to seeing him again. Obviously, I've seen him in AEW and things of that nature. But yeah, he had a really good performance here, as well as pretty much everyone in this match. I wasn't excited to see Jake Lee because I didn't know who he was, but once I did get introduced, I was excited to see what he was going to do, because he did seem like he was a guy who was like bigger and had like a bigger stature than most people in New Japan that I've seen thus far. But yeah, pretty good match nonetheless.
And then next up, we've seen a fatal 4-way for a number one contender spot for the Junior Heavyweight Championship. We've seen El Desperado pick up the win here. Now he'll be going against, I believe, Doki's how you pronounce his name. But yeah, we'll see him go against it. I've seen a few people kind of say it was a little bit weird for the champion not to defend it on the card, so it does make sense. Obviously, it does feel a little bit random. But yeah, for this one, I ended up giving it a 4 in rewatchability, a 4 in ring, a 4 in storytelling, a 3 in karate action, and a 4 in enjoyment. This one felt a little weird. I know the House of Torture group is something that I don't believe a lot of New Japan fans are very fond of. Obviously, I know they're a heel stable, but it's something that is, I feel like, a little bit too much at times. They have a lot of members. We've seen them try to even the odds at some points, but overall, match didn't really deliver for me. Wish it was a little bit better, but yeah, I like that El Desperado. He's somebody that I have been a little bit more familiar with, but yeah, overall, okay match at the very best.
And for my ratings for the Fatal 4-Way match, I have a 6 rewatchability, a 8 in ring, a 6 storytelling, a 7 crowd enjoyment, and a 7 enjoyment for myself as well. But yeah, I definitely enjoyed the match. Once, like you said, El Desperado is someone who I was familiar with. Sho is also someone who I was familiar with. And yeah, I feel like they put on a pretty good performance. Something I wasn't familiar with was just how good Fujita was in ring, because I've seen a few clips of him. I was a little bit familiar with him, but not as much as the others. But he is a lot better than what I thought he would be. And yeah, I'm glad I got introduced to him, because he's someone who I think I'll follow after this.
Yeah, this match is going to finish with a 53C as well. But the next match is one that has been hyped up for quite a while now, and something that New Japan has kind of been building up a new face, and that is Aaron Wolf. We've seen him take on Evil. We've seen Aaron Wolf pick up the win in his first debut match. And yeah, this match definitely surprised me. Obviously, Aaron Wolf being his first match in pro wrestling is definitely something a little bit skeptical on. Who knows how that could go, but he definitely did impress me. But for this one, I give it a 6 in rewatchability, 6 in ring, a 7 in storytelling, 7 in crowd reaction, and 7 in enjoyment, giving it a 33B for me. And yeah, I think for me, I like just kind of the structure of this match. I think the story was very well told. Evil playing the obviously heel role here, kind of throwing a lot of things that you wouldn't expect in a first match, being a rookie in Aaron Wolf. We also seen him kind of adopt the black trunks as a rookie kind of does traditionally in New Japan, I believe. And yeah, very fun match. Cool way to kick off his career. Being on Hiroshi Tanahashi last night at a Wrestle Kingdom is definitely a huge statement for him, and I hope he does continue his success, because I think he does have a lot of potential to be a top guy down the line.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Aaron Wolf is someone who I've seen a lot of excitement for going into it. And yeah, I was pretty excited to get into it, to be able to follow someone from New Japan from their first match. It's just kind of a cool experience getting to see someone from their first match and follow them then on. And it definitely did impress me. And I went with a 8 rewatchability, a 7 in ring, a 7 storytelling, a 9 crowd reaction, and then a 8 enjoyment, because the crowd definitely ate this matchup. This was probably almost the loudest. I'm not gonna say it was louder than Tanahashi, of course, but they were very, very loud for this match. They reacted to every little thing he did, and especially once the House of Torture all got involved and he was sort of judo throwing everyone across the ring and everything. They really popped for every single judo throw that he did, all the suplexes, everything that he did for this match. The crowd definitely ate it up, and I think New Japan definitely has something special in Aaron Wolf, and I am excited to kind of keep watching his career, and I will be looking forward to seeing him defend that title very soon.
And this is going to be the highest rating of match of the night as of right now, coming out at 72B. So a good start to Aaron Wolf's career, having a good 72B on the WrestleVenture rankings. But next up, we've seen another big match in a winner-takes-all for the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion and the IWGP Global Heavyweight Champion, where we've seen Yota Tsuji claim all the gold here versus Takeshita, the homegrown talent, sticking the flag down and winning over the now AEW talent. But yeah, great match. This is one of easily the best in-ring match, I think, on the night. And yeah, Tsuji again proves why he is kind of the next guy up in New Japan right now. It feels like he's going to be kind of, at the top for quite a while now. Who knows where the kind of wave of people will come from. But yeah, I like this match a lot. For me, I gave it an 8 in rewatchability, a 9 in ring, an 8 in storytelling, 8 in crowd reactions, and 9 for enjoyment, giving it a total of 42, which is going to be an A for us. So yeah, this match was really good, really enjoyed it. And yeah, Tsuji, like I said, glad that he is able to kind of say, hey, I've been here, I've been grinding, and this is what gets you when you do grind.
Yeah, I definitely love the storytelling aspect of the match with him making the comments he made about, hey, the New Japan people need to stand up and we need to win our titles back from the AEW people. We need to separate from them a little bit maybe so we could build our own brand up. And he definitely kind of made me feel like he should win this match, and when he did win it, it definitely was a good payoff. But the ratings I have for it is a 8 rewatchability, a 9 in ring, a 9 storytelling, a 8 crowd reaction, and a 9 enjoyment. Damn near perfect. You can't get too much better than what this match gave you as far as in ring wise, and obviously the story going into it of him wanting to take down AEW, then actually doing it to Takeshita and kind of kicking him to the curb, so to say, of course. But yeah, very good stuff to see from Tsuji, and I was excited to see him win. Although we did kind of have a short live because he did get attacked by Jake Lee right after he did win, a very short celebration from him. So I was sort of confused by that because I would have liked to see that celebration last maybe a little bit longer at least. But I was high on this match because it was very good.
Yeah, but in that match would get an 83A, so being the first A from New Japan, and for the match rankings of the year. But next up is going to be the main event, the match pretty much we all were watching for, that being Okada versus Tanahashi, part who knows at this point. But yeah, this match, one of the best matches, like I said earlier, one of the best retirement matches in particular, especially in terms of the performer itself. And yeah, Tanahashi gave it his all in his last one, and but unfortunately he came up short versus Okada, who still has his number. And yeah, we see Okada get the big heat to win. And yeah, for me, I give this one a 9 in rewatchability, a 7 in ring, a 9 in storytelling, 9 in crowd reactions, 9 in enjoyment, and for a total of 43 out of 50, also coming in at an A. Yeah, this match obviously is to be the one I think everybody should go watch. It's one of the very sentimental moments, especially what happens after the match, where you see some former rivals of Tanahashi, or guys he kind of brought up through New Japan. And yeah, a very touching moment. The crowd was obviously super hot for this moment. And yeah, overall a great ending to one of the best wrestlers' careers.
Yeah, and for Tanahashi's ratings from me, I have a 9 rewatchability, a 8 in ring, a 10 storytelling, 10 crowd reaction, 10 enjoyment. Obviously maybe a little bit biased because I do love Tanahashi. He is my favorite New Japan person. I've watched his career throughout a whole bunch of different eras of his career, just different matches from different times and stuff, and just seeing the crowd reactions he gets through all the time, and just how cool he is, how good of a person he seems to be. Everyone loves him. So whenever there's a person like that in pro wrestling who's beloved as much as he is, you really can't say to give too much praise to a guy like that, because he definitely does deserve it. He's almost like a god of professional wrestling at that point. Him and Cena and things of that nature, they go up there at the top. But yeah, seeing people like Jay White come out, someone who was banned from New Japan, someone who's one of my favorites from AEW, and I got to see him have this moment with Tanahashi, was very cool to see. Kenny Omega, everyone that came out, it was very cool to see everyone. Obviously Nato come out, Aura Farman at the end of the night was it was a little bit annoying, I'm not gonna lie, because I was very tired at that point. I was very ready to go to sleep at that point. So him Aura Farman his way to the ring definitely didn't go in my favor.
Yeah. But that is going to be the last match. So to give a kind of final breakdown of where we can be ranking all these matches, and to kind of give what the scores mean for each ranking. So for an S tier, it'll be from 91 to 100. So that's going to be very hard to do for a lot of matches. We see Tanahashi just falling short at a 90. Then at A is going to be from 81 to 90. B, 61 to 80. C, 41 to 60. D, 21 to 40. And then F is a 0 to 20. So yeah, that is going to be the rankings kind of following our results and reviews for you guys. Night night overall and a great night to, like I said, to capitalize on an amazing career. The Ace finally leaving New Japan. We'll see where he takes this company now as continue to be the president, I believe. So yeah, it'll be interesting where Tanahashi brings New Japan going into 2026.
Yeah, definitely a good show from them. Good way to start the year off. We appreciate you guys for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.